Oh, all right. Well, Charlie, I don't know if you're watching me or who you're watching. If you're watching me and you haven't shouted me out, we're gonna have a fucking problem, bud. Because I pushed the fuck out of your channel when no one knew who you were, dude. Yeah, you remember me? The guy that was talking to you in your chats when we were trying to figure out the manipulation tactics and started chatting about ETFs over there talking to your fucking crew about algorithms, buying on time cycles and shit. Yeah, that's my thing. But, whatever. I'm seeing a lot of people starting to say shit I've been saying for 2 months now. Like, specifically, almost like they went back and started looking at my channel and watching my old videos and going, hey, this is what's happening, guys. Did you know this? Well, once again, successfully said it looked like they're trying to get this down as close to 40 as they can, considering the fact that I'm apparently the only person that knows that at any one given time, if they want to, they can and will short about $2.50 down in a direct fucking motion, going for the jugular. And apparently some people don't think that these contracts had anything to do with the run-up at all. And they think that tomorrow the contracts are going to have market makers start buying to cover the calls, which I swear to God, no one's using their brain anymore on this. Nobody, no one at all. I'm so tired of this. I'm just so tired of covering this fucking thing and watching this thing and seeing the same repetitive shit over and over and over, and no one else sees it. No one does. Not one fucking person. No one. There's not another channel where you're going to find them going, hey, looks like they're trying to poise this for 40. They're going to try to ladder it down $2.50-ish. Hopefully they can get enough buying pressure or selling pressure from whatever to help kick it down. And I think they didn't want it to go under 40 today and then have market makers sell off what they've already bought and push it down to 36, 37, because they may end up being met with buying pressure tomorrow too. We may be in a full cycle Monday through Friday. The beginning of the day is going to be met with dark pool, backed up shit busting through and starting the day off with significant buying pressure. And if they had fucking shorted and put it under there today, that may have pushed it back over 40 or over that 90, 95 or 90, whatever it was, 39, 55 or 60, whenever it really started taking off. And then they'd just be buying back. It's a computer system that knows when to sell it back and when to buy it back. And yeah, I don't know, man. There's just no one's focusing on the right shit. Like, no one. Nobody. Absolutely nobody. People are still trying to look at this as a fundamental thing. Like, the one thing we know and the one thing we've said and the one thing that's been understood is this is not fundamental. So to think that you can use fundamental tactics to read this thing, that doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense at all. And there's a reason why I'm not on the whole squeeze narrative train. There's a big reason why. Because I was one of the first people to start pulling up multiple charts. I'm actually the only person I've seen do it, or was at that time. I don't watch enough people to know. Showing you AMC, GME, BlackBerry, Nokia, all these other ETFs, everything, and them all running the same, which suggests it's being controlled. One fucking computer program for someone is doing all of the buying and all of the selling in all of these stocks. That's it. That's all. I'm gonna steal my timestamp shit. 12:39, 12:19, 12:39, 12:19. In case you didn't realize, I just switched from AMC to GME. Bitch. The only real difference in this chart today and why this finished green and this finished red is because there was significant shorting at the beginning, at the opening of the day. 6.5 million shares total. More than half of that at least was sell pressure. And GME just opened up ripping. Just the buy pressure was overwhelming. So yeah. This is why the squeeze narrative is no longer in my mind. This is why the only thing I'm looking for is the normalcy, well, the profitability of the stock coming back. That's the normalcy that I mean. And you can still see there's some days where there's some where these don't follow each other. And you can see that there is actually legitimate orders and shit coming through. You can see, like I've already shown to you, it looks more like, you see a lot of buy and sell pressure at the same time. You get less of this choppy, blocky looking straight line shit and more, kind of curvature, wavy shit. But nothing like the fucking, you'll have like 5 minutes of straight lines up and down, and then it's 5 minutes of soup bowls and cups and shit, which is really fucking weird. So yeah, I don't know, man. I just, like, people are saying the wrong shit. For real. Like, people are just saying the wrong shit. We get in, we get out. This is Mike Tyson, guys. The Mike Tyson of the stock market. You need to get in, get out, stick and move, bob and fucking weave, because one goddamn punch will knock you on your ass and you ain't gonna be in the next round. This is controlled. Government, what have you, whoever. This has never in the history of the stock market ever happened. Ever. Where for just days, weeks, stocks, plural, have moved damn near identically, that have nothing to do with each other than the fact that they're both significantly shorted by hedge funds. That's their one common theme. Different industries, everything. And then you got all those ETFs that all the stocks been removed from the little ones that they were all being shorted to shit in July and the beginning of August, and now they're being moved and being reallocated into new ones. I know no one was paying attention last week when AMC was running red. AMC and GME were running red, and the ETFs that they were significantly shorted in, that now they've been pulled out and moved into bigger ETFs, different ETFs. Some of them, they were fucking running, just running, ripping up, while these two were fucking bleeding out. And now people are excited that they're being moved into different, like, man, that was my whole thing. That was my whole thing, was they can use those to completely suppress all of these. And again, it's all controlled shit, man. It's all controlled. You can't argue with this. You literally can't fucking argue with this. How can anyone believe that there is not manipulation, that these stocks are normal? These are normal. Oh, you're just not buying. Really? Because it looks like whether you bought or not, you're not going to be able to do shit. Unless you're selling. Your order ain't going through here. Your buys are going off fucking exchange. This is all you'd have to do. This is all, if they assigned one guy to look into this at the SEC, this is all he would have to do right here and raise his hand and say, boss, can you come here and look at this? Isn't this really weird? Yeah. So this is why we're doing what we're doing. This is why we're taking advantage of the areas where we can make money in this fucking thing and then getting out. And then getting out. I really believe this is the dark pool shit catching up to them. The beginning of the days now, it's the dark pool fucking shit catching up to them. But don't think for 1 minute that they've stopped. Why would they? There's no regulations on the dark pools. None. Nothing's been put in place to regulate that or stop that. Or Gary's still looking into it. They're not going to fucking stop. So this could literally, every bit of buys, every bit of buy pressure could still just be being routed into the dark pool if it's 70% buys that day. And then the only thing you're getting on exchange is this from old dark pool orders, and then constant shorts and returns and sells from, the other 30% of orders could be sells. And that's that. Shorting, returning, all this green you're seeing is returns. That's the only thing that makes sense of why these guys are sharing timestamps. The whole fucking thing is like, I mean, you've already seen, I've done videos on this a billion times, like a lot, a whole lot of how these things move exactly the same. So much so you can normally typically count how many green candles, how many red candles. Like you can typically do that in these stocks, and it's sickening. So this is why everyone's screaming about the MOAS and screaming. This is why I don't have a squeeze narrative anymore. The more I watch this, the more I've seen this, the more I study this, the more I believe it's going to be a completely controlled thing. For all I know, they're going to let this thing run up to almost 50, do whatever they're doing, and then kick it back down into the 30s. Let it die there for a little bit, do whatever they're doing to make money with the little movements. I mean, the options chain got structured. That's all that was. That's what that was. The options chain was finally getting structured correctly. I mean, I've been reporting on it for 2 weeks now, that it's finally being structured correctly. And that has to be what caused that run. It's got to be. I mean, but the other crazy thing is the options chains are all structured very similarly in all of the fucking stocks. Like in all of them, the options chains are similarly structured. So it's crazy. It's crazy. So who knows, Who knows? Maybe it was some fucking, I don't know, man. This shit hurts my head, literally. It hurts my head trying to think about it. But this is all you need to know to why you need to stop screaming about fucking the squeeze is coming, the squeeze is here, blah, 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 because I saw this coming. I fucking talked about it. This right here coming. Saw it coming. This is going to be so sick. I'm going to throw up that these guys wanted to keep this under 40 this week. And they fucked up on Monday morning. They fucked up trying to get it under 35 and realized they weren't going to be able to compete with the pressure coming through, their own pressure most likely from what they've done. And they tried to come up with a way to combat it to see if they could salvage it. They realized 35 was not going to be realistic. That was not happening. They were going to run out of shorting power, fuck this up, whatever the case may be. And then they let it run. They just let it run. Said, fuck it, we'll let it run, and we'll just expand the options chain. We won't let it get over 50. We'll expand the options chain, and they'll do exactly what they did in June. Instead of continuing to structure the laddering that needed to be done in the options chain, they're going to buy a bunch of contracts that are never going to see the light of day. They're going to put all their money there. They're going to put all the money they gain off this run right fucking there. And then we'll just be able to push it down and push it down. And by the time we get to Friday, we'll be able to get it under 40. All those contracts, all those shares that they bought to cover the contracts, they're going to sell right back. And a bunch of worthless contracts. But yeah, when this shit's doing this still, either way, the theory doesn't matter. The one thing that's constant and true is that someone is doing this, and it's not us. We are not doing this. Unless there is a computer program that is reorganizing all of our orders specifically to run at the same fucking times on these goddamn underlyings for whatever reason. Whether, I don't know. I don't even want to think about it. It's hurting my fucking head for real. I don't even want to try to break that down. I'm just trying to reiterate, stop screaming about the MOAS. Stop watching these other dudes that don't know what they're talking about. People are trying to get brave now and want to start calling shit that have no business calling anything. They have no business calling dates. They have no business calling numbers because that's all they're doing is just calling them. They're not offering you any information like I did, like why I told you they were trying to push us down to 40 today and how they would do it, and that we know, it's recorded. I've gone over it, that at any given one time, they can short a direct $2.50, a little more, in this stock. And why they would still be trying to get it under 40. This is for real. It makes me sick a bit, literally. It just does. It makes me sick that this thing shouldn't even be hovering around 40 for this week. It shouldn't even be here. It shouldn't be. Whether it's retail's fault or not, it's irrelevant. It's hard to say it's our fault when, these things move exactly the same, because that's just not possible without someone else controlling it with a computer system, a fucking program running that we're not using, obviously. So it may have nothing at all to do with us. None of it. The options chain may not even fucking matter at all. They may not have ever intended or did go ahead and buy options buy shares to cover the options. This could all just been hedge funds simulating shit, making a reason to open up new contracts, get everybody to put their money there. I don't know, but this is the shit that bothers me, is that this is literally all someone at the SEC would have to do. This is it. First day on the fucking job. You get the goddamn memo or the email that says, hey, I need you to look into the meme stock situation and the manipulation claims and all that. This would be the first thing they would do, is pull up the two biggest ones to look at the charts, and immediately would go, I think I know why they're saying that. I think I figured it out already, sir. First day. And then you can go back in time, or you can just look up my channel and you'll see it's been going on for fucking months. Very few days, very few where these don't move together, where the meme stocks don't move together. Very, very few. So yeah, this is why I'm saying shit the way I'm saying it. AMC is profitable again. That's all we need to know. GME is profitable again. If you're in GME, that's all you need to know. You just gotta pick your spot. Stick and move. Get in, get out. Because someone else is pulling all the strings. And that's very, very obvious. So, be careful. Just be careful. Hopefully this is a ruse. they're trying to scare people into doing their job for them and sell off and get it under there. I don't know. Again, history last week would suggest that tomorrow is not going to have buying pressure like we've had the past 4 days. But Thursday last week also didn't have buying pressure, but it did today. So let's see what happens tomorrow. Probably not going to make another video because there's really not, ain't a whole lot to really talk about. That's pretty much covered it. So if I think of something else or I find something else or whatever that I think's relevant, I'll bring it to you guys and gals. Other than that, that's all she wrote. I'm out.